Hello everyone. While waiting, you guys can scan the QR code above, and we'll just wait about 5 minutes for people to come in and start gathering around. Feel free to talk in the private chat. At least have some conversation. I know Chef Rennie and Missing is there, so you guys can have a small conversation while we wait. Good afternoon and welcome to the F&B world, the Chopspoon virtual event. This event is especially made for the Hospitality and Tourism Month, Reimagine Hospitality, Redefine Future from the event and banquet class. Before we start, please scan the QR code provided on the screen for registration. You will receive an e-certificate for participation of this event. I'm Gucci and I'll be the host for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the do's and don'ts of this event. If you have any questions lingering in your mind, kindly put them in the chat box or private chat or whatever is going on. The more the chat becomes alive, the more better it is. We'll keep you alive, you keep the chat alive. It's as simple as that. Please, and also another rule is please refrain from commenting any inappropriate words in the comment section or in the live chat because we're trying to keep it PG-13 here. All right, let's move on to the next agenda. Timeline of this program. Okay, as you can see, we have few things, and I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, so we have the welcoming of participants, the opening speech given by Mr. Kelvin Chan, sharing session with Chef Rennie together with the Q&A session, the F&B 101, sharing session with Miss Chong Hu Yin together with the Q&A, the quiz session, and the closing and the feedback. It's an exciting event. Please join till the end. Are you guys ready for this event? Please comment at the comment section or the live chat if you're ready. Put a thumbs up, any emojis. Keep the chat going. Okay, joining us today, VIP guest from our college, Mr. Kelvin Chan, Principal of Segi College Subang Jaya, who will be officiating this event. Without him, we wouldn't start this event. Also together in this event, we have two amazing guest speakers. They are Chef Rennie, the executive chef of Doubletree by Hilton Business Bay, Dubai. Ooh. And Miss Chong Huyin, supervisor of 38 Restaurant at Grand Hyatt Kuala Lumpur. Thank you so much for being here today with us. So without further ado, let me invite Mr. Kelvin Chan to give an opening speech and officiate this event. Welcome, Mr. Kelvin.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you very much to our MC, Goody. You're doing a good job, and to our committee members for organizing this event. Once again, very good afternoon to our invited speakers on this auspicious occasion. I'm Kelvin, principal of this college, and would like to say thank you to all the participants for taking your time out of your busy schedule together with us to brighten F&B World, the Chopspoon webinar event. This event is held by students of the Diploma in Hotel Management of Segi College Subang Jaya and the Banquet Management subject. And this event is conducted in conjunction of our Hospitality and Tourism Month with the tagline, "We imagine hospitality and we define future." I would also like to take this opportunity to extend my appreciation to Chef Rini Geoffrey Johari, the executive chef from Doubletree by Hilton Business Bay, Dubai, and Ms. Chong Hui Ying, supervisor from 38 Restaurant Grand Hyatt Kuala Lumpur, for your time to expose the students especially. I will inform Ms. Ying is an alumni and she is very talented and dedicated hoteler. This event will expose our future hoteler and participants on the hotel industry, focusing on food and beverage sector. Based on what I've been informed, this event was intended to give a glimpse to the world of the gastronomy industry in the Middle East and also locally in Malaysia. Hopefully, this event will be the catalyst for everyone to have a better understanding of what happened behind the industry and how they overcome it during this pandemic. That's important. And before I end this speech, I'd like to say well done and congratulations to the organizing committee for successfully managing this event, which is very beneficial for everyone. Thank you very much. And back to you.
Thank you, our principal, for that wonderful speech. With, with that, our event officially starts. Now let's move on to the next session. Are you guys excited for the first speaker? Because I know I am. I'm really excited with this. Good morning, Chef. How are you feeling today?
Hi. So good morning from Dubai. It's 10 a.m. in the morning here. Obviously, good afternoon to all of you in Malaysia. So hi Gucci, good to see you today.
Yeah, I see you had a whole chef outfit all today. Came well prepared.
Yes,
have you had
at work.
your pardon?
No, I'm at work right now. So obviously, I'm full prepared. Yeah.
Okay. So have you had your shakshuka this morning, if I'm pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah. You did your studies about Middle East dishes. Yeah, breakfast. So yeah, I
Yeah.
just came down. So basically, now we are in the middle of serving breakfast in the hotel. So there's a few shakshuka orders earlier. For myself, I didn't start my shakshuka yet. To consume my shakshuka yet, but I've did some shakshuka serving earlier.
Maybe one day, if you get a chance to come to Dubai, maybe you can serve us some of that shakshuka.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, for those who don't know who Chef Rennie is, he is a Michelin trained chef currently currently working as executive chef double tree by Hilton Business Bay, Dubai, to share his experience in gastronomy industry. Thank you so much for making time for your busy schedule to attend this event as part of our guest speaker. Let's give a round of applause for the handsome and talented Chef Rennie.
Thank you.
Also, guys, if you have any questions to ask Chef Rennie, you may comment it in the comment section or in the live chat. We'll pick lucky questions to ask Chef Rennie later. Chef, you may take the stage.
All right, thank you, Gucci. Obviously, thank you so much to everyone, Mr. Calvin earlier. Thank you for your welcoming speech, and all the viewers or the students that's currently watching. All right. So obviously, as I mentioned earlier, very good morning from Dubai, and good afternoon to all of you. All right. So I'm sure everyone is very excited as the hospitality week or hospitality month that you all are doing right now. So it's my really great pleasure to be here and getting the opportunity to share a little bit behind the scene and a story behind hospitality industry, about myself, to understand what I do and about the whole gastronomy experience for you all right. So a quick glance on who I am. So obviously Gucci has explained that I'm the executive chef, currently leading the culinary team in Doubletree Business Bay, which is located in Dubai itself. I'm only like a few steps away from Burj Khalifa. So obviously everyone knows Burj Khalifa, where the most exciting fireworks during the New Year's happens there, and the tallest building in the world currently. So obviously some of you maybe traveled here before, so that's a good thing that you have managed to see Dubai. Who never yet? So at least now I'm sharing a little bit glance on what the whole hospitality industry and what happened during this pandemic period. So sit down, all right. So enjoy this sharing moment. So basically, it's just a quick one from me. I'm Malaysian, technically, all right. a Malaysian-born chef, uh, living in Subang Jaya, so nearby to you all. My parents are there, but I've been here now collecting my years, almost 12 years in Dubai, Middle East overall in UAE. So beginning, I started, my first 2 year was actually in Abu Dhabi. Then I moved into Dubai, so now in total 12 years. So a quick one. So basically, I started actually cooking since I was a boy, all right, a young boy in my mom's kitchen, helping my mom here and there. And with the great opportunity, or I mean, I come from a two chefs looking up to. So basically, my mom was a chef as well, and my dad, he's a chef as well. So I guess, out of the siblings, I'm the only one who follow their footsteps and been looking forward since my young times, since I grew up. So I started my actual professional career. To be honest, I started since 15 years old, quite young, I would say, during the high school period of time, where I actually went out, uh, graphs for talented chefs out there in KL, try to find a kitchen or a hotel or chefs who's willing to give me exposure. And I really want to learn during that time. So I managed to basically, started, I think, the first kitchen, if I'm not mistaken, I went to Summit Subang. So I think Summit Hotel Subang is still there. It was with Chef Sabri Hassan. Uh, Probably some of you might heard of his name as well. So he was one of the top chef during that period of time, who was at his very very top period, where he trained a lot of young chefs who was really keen into going into this hospitality industry. So I say, okay, you know what? I got a good mentor to start with. Then I continued my studies after that in UITM in Shah Alam. I did my diploma in culinary, and also continued my studies to bachelor's degree management of culinary in UITM as well in Shah Alam. However, in between, you know, uh, I've been always, as I mentioned, I've been always passionate about cooking. Growing up, being having parents who's chefs, and getting the great opportunity traveling, because my dad has been traveling around Malaysia, not only Malaysia, around the last he was in China, Shanghai. He was in Switzerland for almost 10 years, 12 years before, in Germany, and many places around the world. So, I was being inspired probably, right? So probably some of you out there, if you have any inspiration, that would be a good start. But who's starting? So this is the inspiration moment, right? I would like to really really share you and give you, you know, a good tips probably for you to bring back. So going forward, so basically, yeah, I was in Malaysia itself, working with Hilton before as well, Hilton Kuala Lumpur Central. Did other hotels as well in between. So what I love to do before is that when I get my day off in between, I'll just find another opportunity, another kitchen, another chef, another person to work with, to learn with. So I spent a lot of time technically that time. So what happened when I grew up is that I didn't go to malls. I can't lie if I don't go at all, but I did. Only that I don't really go for school breaks, for example. I don't go out much with friends, enjoying time. I What I did is that, that's going out, looking for opportunity, looking at new chefs around there, new culinary exposure, what's happening, what's going on in gastronomy life. So um, then it kind of built me up, from scratch. So I said, okay, uh, I'll go into the industry. I got the opportunity to work with Chef Chong Liu. He's an amazing master chef from Adelaide, Australia. That really, really burned the flame in me. Never thought of that, getting the opportunity. So I said, this is what I really, really wanted to do. So, looking at the industry during that period of time, hospitality, I would say people are not really looking at it like, something that people are doing right now. So people really talk about being chef right now. People really talk about being an F&B manager right now, being an hotel GM, right? So those was the time that people were still, school was not really much out there offering culinary or gastronomy or hospitality courses. So now you can see how much the industry grew, right? And everyone, certainly everyone who's with us today, the next generation that's going to talk big and also, grow in the industry. So next, I I I left Malaysia technically. Before Malaysia, when I was in Malaysia, I was actually teaching in between. I did my lecturing in Nilai University, and then few other colleges who called me up for a part-time lecturing. Then I decided, I really want to look at Europe, look at the world outside, because I was like really thirsty for a lot of knowledge, and I really want to grow. So one opportunity came up. Okay, Abu Dhabi called me up. That period of time was 2009, when, if everyone remember, the first Formula One happened in Abu Dhabi. Okay, so they called me up and asked, would you like to be part of the pre-opening and the culinary team for Yas Abu Dhabi, the Formula One track, the hotel itself, the track in the middle of the hotel? I say, wow, that is a must. Okay, so I told myself, okay, let's leave teaching. Why? I left teaching because I was probably still young that time. I said, to teach the next generation, even like myself, I want to learn through experience as well. So I want to next time, maybe in the future, go back and really, really share and really, uh, teach talented generations with proper industrial experience. So then I called myself, I say, wow, Formula One, first one in Abu Dhabi, second opportunity to travel abroad, let's do it. Okay, so I moved to Abu Dhabi, 2 years. Then yeah, I next call after Abu Dhabi, it was very exciting actually. Abu Dhabi, the first race. Then I did the second race as well. You see celebrities, you see all the drivers in front of you, serving them. Okay, so you cannot imagine, you guys in the future, you will get all this opportunity. This is what the industry can offer to you in the long run as well. So very excited, isn't it? So the next one after that, I got an opportunity again, a call to move to Dubai. So Dubai has a big, big, big impact to me, and a very deep story to it. It's like when I was in the culinary school in Malaysia, and during that period of time, people was talking about Burj Al Arab, the 7-star hotel, the most exclusive, the most expensive hotel. And I was actually looking at that poster here, going frequently, looking at the poster, looking at Dubai, looking at it, and it came to me. Okay, so I guess that's the law of the law of what you think. Imagine. So all those came. They called me up, move to Dubai. Would you like? And it's actually for the same company, Jumeirah, which Burj Al Arab is. Burj Al Arab is Jumeirah Burj Al Arab, but they called me up for Jumeirah Emirates Tower. So Emirates Tower is the twin tower icon building in Dubai as well. So I say, wow, why not again? Another big opportunity for me in the hospitality industry, and for myself to grow my name. That's what I wanted so much, to build my own brand, my own reputation, that people can talk. Chef Rene Johari from Malaysia, the next talented chef, and you guys can be one of it as well, for sure. So I did my move to Dubai, open up the Ivy restaurant. During that time, the Ivy is from Caprice brand from UK. So another brand, a well-known celebrity brand from UK. So open it up. That's where it's all started, one by one, up to my opportunity that I got. The last was actually opening a Michelin star based restaurant. So grew with Jumeirah for a couple of years. Here the industry. So what I like to share is that the hospitality industry in Middle East has grown so fast. As I mentioned, I've been here for 12 years. 12 years didn't felt at all. It's just like around. It just passed a few years back. So I just moved the 10. I just put the 2 years. So 12 years. Wow. And as I mentioned, it's like obviously most of you heard about what's happening in the Middle East, how it grows so fast. And my actual opportunity that I get in the Middle East is that I've always wanted to go to Europe, okay, Switzerland, France, working with all these possibly Michelin star chef, big restaurants, big names, quality produce, all these things that people really dream of, especially being a chef. So guess what? Europe came to Middle East. So I was at the right time, in that period of time. All big names, all celebrity chefs, all Michelin star chefs, all big restaurants, hotels, all came into the Middle East, especially Dubai itself. So during that period of time, the pace of hospitality industry was very fast to catch up. You need to really, you have 24 hours a day. Probably you need to find more than 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Probably you need to ask for more. So how fast it was. um, then after that, uh, I moved into the opening of Galvin's. So Galvin from UK, the Michelin star, they decided to open in Dubai. I say again, another better opportunity, so I don't have to travel to Europe. Everyone comes to Dubai, to the Middle East. People are talking about it because everyone wants to be part of Middle East. So that what's happened during that period of time. It was only a couple of years back, 3-4 years back. Um, so we opened up Galvin. So that's where I managed to get my training under Michelin Star, being part of it. Went to UK. All right, they called me up to London to see the actual restaurants with the stars in UK. Being part of them, work in their kitchen. So I got my dream. I've achieved my my trophy, I guess, during the time. So I then opened. They gave me actually the responsibility to be the head chef to open Gulf in Dubai. So it was a very big challenge, especially for my career, for my talent, carrying Malaysian flag, especially, right? Being an outsider or a foreigner to a French cuisine or Mediterranean cuisine, and in the Middle East, especially bringing a Michelin star brand here. So open up Gulf in Dubai, was the head chef there. So after a couple of years, moved to Toro. Toro was a New York-based celebrity brand, all right, Toro Co. Um, so with Chef Jamie and Chef Ken Origer. So they are still there in New York. So after that, I decided to move to DoubleTree with Hilton. Then when I started, it was in 2019. That's when the pandemic hit. In Malaysia, it started end of the year 2019. Here in Dubai, it went really a major during the period was actually in December. It's actually January of 2020. December, we start to see the impact, especially for all the travelers traveling to the Middle East. So, the business starts to look a little bit affected. So the main period of time was actually in March, January, February, March. All the business, all the hospitality industry got really affected, and all the airports closed in the Middle East, in Dubai in particular. So everyone had to go to a lockdown. I mean, Malaysia went to the lockdown a little bit earlier, but for us, it was a big shock. Being one of the biggest country contributing to the whole hospitality world, we had literally everyone around the world was affected. So 2020 has given us a lot of impact during the pandemic, challenged a lot of things. the country was actually managing it pretty well, very good in a sense on the SOP, catching up ahead of time before anything happens. So we managed to go, the economy in Dubai managed to backtrack, lift up itself again starting from July, August 2020. So it was around maybe less than 6 months during period that everyone was struggling. So I was affected as well. I had to be at home. Okay, I can't be at work. They had to close the property technically because of there's no one traveling, nobody to serve, and everyone had to be isolated and had the time to quarantine and also being at home lockdown. So once everything opens again in August, we went back. So with a different vision. So pandemic really, with the word, your today what you say, imagine future and define future. So this is what it is. This is the future that we never look, we never imagine. Really challenge us in the hospitality industry, especially me myself as a chef. Maybe some out there even for F&Bs, for hotel rooms, even for the other departments, trying to figure out how to manage the new norm. So this was a big challenge. Imagine you can let people come, for example, for a buffet. They can't take the food. Trying to change different things. You can't serve buffet technically during the time. You have to do everything a la carte, everything plated. Imagine serving 300, 400 guests for breakfast. You have to do everything plated up to order, serve them within 3 hours or 2 hours less of a period of time. So you cannot imagine. So that's really, really making everyone, out of their box, really put their thinking cap, thinking, okay, how can we do this? Everyone kind of put their experience in, kind of, try to figure out, okay, what do people do? What are the best possible things that we can do for the hospitality industry? How to make it more wow again. So now with all this, lots of hotel here, restaurant here, the hospitality industry here has really, really grew with a lot of creative things actually. So if you can, get time, just look at, browse what Dubai or Middle East is doing for within the hospitality industry, engaging guests, clients, people traveling back to here with offerings that's with the new norm. Okay, so that's the impact that really really gave us a big hit during the pandemic last year. But again, it's a good challenge for even for you all. You can see a vast difference, a vast uh, there's a lot of things, technology involved, methods involved, SOP involved, guideline involved, even the theory book has to be pulled apart and put back together, okay, for the next new generation, for the future. So this is how we define and determine what's ahead of us and how to align hospitality industry in the future. So yeah, pretty much, I would say what I can share for now. Obviously, the time frame is a bit short, but obviously, maybe in the future we can have more sharing and also give you more ideas of what's ahead in the future in the Middle East, especially, and the industry.
Or damn, that was an amazing story. Like I have goosebumps just hearing about it. Okay, do you guys enjoy this sharing session? You guys can leave a comment. Keep the comments active. I can see you guys actually are doing it. Okay, now chef. Before we start with the Q&A session, we heard you recently had an IG live last Monday. What was it all about?
Okay. So yeah, basically during the pandemic, actually, yes. One thing about the pandemic, what happened is that something came up quite interesting. So everyone had to be at home, right? So I was being approached by Chef Jackie from Sydney, also a chef in Sydney, Australia, collecting or trying to build a group of chefs, Malaysian chefs actually around the world. So it's called Masters of Malaysian Cuisine or MOMC. So that where it started during the pandemic. And as you mentioned earlier, something happened interesting last week. yeah, so basically after we started MMC last, I think in March last year, then this time we managed to go actually not online. So we only cooking online before. We engage with everyone around the world literally. So I'm in Dubai. There's also chefs in, in UK, Bristol, and then in South Africa, in Malaysia itself, in Sydney. So we managed to collaborate with Malaysian Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industry, okay, to do a special feature collaboration for online viewers and also on site. So doing Malaysian heritage cuisine, so showcasing Malaysian heritage to the world. So that was a good opportunity to actually gather everyone. That was the first actually live cooking that we did, demo live, not only streaming online. At the same time, it was done on site. So I had guests literally sitting like before, but again with SOP distance, with the mask and everything. They had to sit down, but they managed to try out Malaysian heritage cuisine here in Dubai. So that was a very interesting one, which is
Okay, sounds like it was very interesting. Now let's choose lucky questions for Chef Rennie.
okay.
Hi Chef, did you meet Gordon Ramsay before?
So who asked that? Okay. Hi. Yes, I did meet Gordon Ramsay. So it was during the golden time where Gordon Ramsay always come here, and one of his restaurant abroad, apart from in the UK, is actually in Dubai. Uh, he was actually one of the first Michelin star that came in into Dubai. So few occasions I bumped into him, and I didn't manage to cook for him though, but I did went to try his food, to his restaurants, meet him personally. I didn't want to ask him to cook me nasi lemak, but or rendang. So I asked him to cook me his favorite dish, his fish and chip and his beef Wellington. All right, his beef Wellington, it was his technically his signature, so I went for it. A few events did before as well for Dubai, a Taste of Dubai. There's an event outdoor that we did where we gather restaurants and all these big name in one destination, one location, that we give sample foods. Guests can come in not to the restaurant, but one destination they can try all the best to offer in Dubai. Yeah, he was only a few what do you call this? A few stores away as well.
Okay. So yeah, seems like you're very good friends with him. Now the next question is, what is your favorite moment in Dubai?
Okay, favorite moment in Dubai. So to be honest, I'm very very grateful. My best moment, I think I can list it out more than 10. I would say. There's no specifically one, but in major, I would say the best three things moment is again Michelin star came to Dubai. I got the opportunity to be part of it, train under them, and carry their name. So in my career, I would say this is the most memorable that you know and the highlight of my career path. Second thing is that as I mentioned earlier, looking at Burj Al Arab in a poster. I actually live. When is it? 3 years back, or 2 years back. Um, I actually live like less than 5 minutes away. I open up my balcony window. I can see Burj Al Arab just in front of me, and I did jog in front of it. So got the opportunity as that. And currently, right now, as I mentioned, the third thing that I'm really, really, that really make me my moment, that I really love it, is that where I'm at right now, the hotel, as I mentioned, is just across from Burj Khalifa. But again, I managed to find a home, just again a few steps away from Burj Khalifa doorstep. So two iconic building, just in front of you. The moment, this is the moment that I really love to cherish. And if I go back to Malaysia, this I would say to cry for.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like anywhere you stay, you have an amazing view.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the next one is, what is the challenging moment while you working, and how did you overcome this problem?
Okay, challenging moment. I mean, being in the industry, especially hospitality, coming, always day in, day out, looking at guests, especially facing them. I would say this is always the challenging moment, because every single detail to it, every single second that you give to them, or you approach them, can, can impact a lot. So I would say every single day, is a challenge moment. Overcoming it is actually enjoy it. Enjoy what you do. Is I mean, every challenge that come in, we get busy. With the current situation, for example, we have 300, almost 300 guests to serve, with 80% occupancy, with limitations. Like before, guests up their own food from the buffet, which now we have to prepare individually for them, we have to serve for them. Overcoming it is just your passion. you know um, Once you really love what you do, so as I mentioned, for me, what I'm doing is my hobby and what I really love. So overcoming it is just come from your heart, right? Once for example, if it's a challenge, just take it as a good thing, because if you don't get the challenge, you won't be able to extend, or you won't be able to go further. So take it as a challenge to it, right?
Okay, okay. So it's like more like, the challenge is the fun part of it, the fun part of
Yeah.
working as a chef.
Yes.
Okay, our next question is: due to pandemic going on right now, is it compulsory for F&B industry to get COVID-19 vaccination?
Okay, thank you, Nisha, for the question. So currently, actually, it was like last 2 weeks. They came up with, the government, actually, in Dubai in particular, because Abu Dhabi actually started a few months back, in particular for hospitality industry, as they consider us as a frontliner as well, because we handle a lot of I mean, import gas, and we see gas, especially from international gas, coming into the country. So it's already mandatory now in Dubai in particular. Abu Dhabi started first 2 months back. Now in Dubai, to have the vaccine. So otherwise, if we don't go for vaccine, the only requirement is that every 14 days you have to go through the PCR test and come with the result. So I say now it is mandatory. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So our next question is: who is your role model when you became a chef?
Thank you, Faya. So my role model, I would say my two greatest chef in the world, which is my father and my mom, because both of them are chefs. My mom is a very, very talented and very, I would say, inspirational Malay or Malaysian chef. Um, and my dad, I mean, my mom cooks every day, literally until today. You know, she's 75. So imagine, being at that age, still cooking for people, orderings, caterings, and all those. Age doesn't say anything if you love what you're doing. For my dad, because he has been part of it. Like, he didn't force me to be one. He didn't force me to be a chef, but I think it's just come from that. And they both of them are actually my inspiration that I first started to become a chef. If you ask me who will be the next one, okay, apart from your parents, I would say Chef Anton Mosiman. Anton Mosiman, he's still there in UK, in London, a Swiss chef. Chef Anton Mosiman. Actually, I just found his book when I was small. I just go through my dad's cabinet, the books. I open up one book, Chef Anton Mosiman. Okay, open it up. Then the first page I turned, it was a beautiful dish. Coming from around, what is it, 70s, or 80s. The graphic. I think it was around 80s. Yeah, 80s graphic. Come on. During that period of time, food was only presented as I would say, not like now. not as molecular and all those, but all the passion is put up, and it really pulls me into the whole becoming a chef. So Chef Anton Mosiman really made a difference to me. So I managed to see him when I went to UK to open up Galvin. So
Oh, that's nice. Like you have a family of chefs, and then you get to meet your role model. Did you actually tell him or
yeah,
not that you he was your role model?
yes, I did. So
You felt like a small baby in like a candy shop like that, right?
yes, your eyes sparkles, when you see your role model. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last question. Hi, chef. Would you mind sharing with us what are the strategies that you could help food and beverage industry players survive the COVID-19 pandemic? That's a good question.
Okay, thank you. So the strategy is basically the best thing I would say during this pandemic situation is that um, you have to be first, or be part of the first wave of making a difference in the industry. I would say that's the best strategy. Think out of the box. Do a lot of research about food industry, what they do around the world. Lots of interesting thing, and very you never thought of people going into that approach into the food industries. I would say I did travel back to Malaysia in February. All right, quite recent, few just around the corner before. Looking at what's going on in the F&B industry in Malaysia itself, in particular, I say yeah, there's a lot of strategy can be pulled out. Due again with the restriction, but again, uh, all this online opportunity that people get, putting them out with your F&B talent, that you can work on something to showcase, to work on collaborations. This is one as well, a good strategy collaboration on different F&B areas or sectors or companies, or to pull into one and make a big difference to it. It's one strategy. I mean, if it's from yourself, I would say do a lot of research, see what people do outside, and be the first wave to approach to it, because it can be something that you never thought can, no, nobody does it probably, but you never know, it can happen. Or bring, people have food truck before. Think of maybe one thing, I've thought about it actually. uh you come to them probably with personal chef before. Okay, you do caterings or whatever for people's home, but you can do a pop-up, maybe, right? Pop-up, you don't have to be in their house, you don't have to be, you just bring your small truck in front of the house and put it up, and it can be one, though it's a small gathering, maybe. Or that technically there's a lot of things. I would say it's just be part of the first one to do it, and make people convinced that this is the next one to go for. Yeah, I would say.
Okay, so it's like a food truck mix delivery service like that, lah.
Yeah, you never know. It can
Who
be,
knows?
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Hope to see that project soon, lah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's the end of this session. Thank you, Chef Rani, for your time. I hope you will be fine in Dubai. Thanks again for joining our event. We really appreciate it. Now let's get this chat live. I need everybody to give one favorite food, and Chef Rani will make the food and give them to the winner. Just one favorite food. He'll come all the way from Dubai and serve it to you. Maybe if he had his food truck, then he will serve it to you at your doorstep. Now, everybody, just comment. What's your favorite food? Okay, okay. I'm just joking, guys. You don't have to take it so seriously. But no matter what, still comment your favorite food in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that avocados have the most calories than any other fruit? I didn't even know avocado was a fruit. Crazy, right? Let's watch this video to know more about food and beverage fun fact. So how was it, guys? I never thought cheese is the most stolen food in the world. Looks like Ratatouille is not the only red chef we know. Anyways, guys, are you curious for the next speaker, our second speaker? Because I know I am. I'm pretty excited about her. Hello, Miss Ying. How are you?
Hi everyone. I'm good. How about you, Gucci? It feels like
I'm
you have
doing good.
so
I'm
much
doing good.
energy.
But that's my thing. Have you had your lunch yet?
Yeah, I have. I did, but a quick one, just to join this session.
Oh, what did you have?
Just bread, a quick one.
Okay. Did you know, guys, that the talented and gorgeous Miss Ying is a Sagi College Subang Jaya alumni? I think Mr. Kaveh has already stated that before. And currently, she's the supervisor in 38 restaurant at Grand Hyatt Hotel. As we all know, during this pandemic, many industries are affected, and one of it is the F&B industry. Could you share your experience on how your restaurant overcome this challenge? So let us hear what are the challenges that F&B are facing now. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comment section on your left, right, or whatever it is. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for the beautiful Miss Ying.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Gucci, again for welcoming me, and especially thank you for Seyi Subang for welcoming me back. It feels like I'm back in college. So this is actually my first talk show. So I'm gonna introduce myself, who actually haven't known me. My name is Ying. So I'm actually graduated in 2017 in Segi College, and I'm actually still fresh in this industry, around 5 years. So I started joining this industry, started as an intern. As you guys know, after you diploma, you have to join as an intern. And I was lucky. After my 6 months probation, I'm able to join Grand Hyatt. This is actually my first hotel that I work in, so I'm still fresh and new, but I'm lucky to have a lot of opportunity in Grand Hyatt. So when I first joined, I actually, it's a lot of challenges in hotels, a lot. You get to face a lot of consumers, guests, especially in a high-profile restaurant. So why I choose the industry, as it's a lot of challenge, and you get to join. I mean, it's how to say this. This industry is very unpredictable, especially if F&B. And how to say it, it's because every day you will face a lot of experience, or you have to brainstorm any ideas to actually face it. Like you met multiple types of guests, you go through all those things, and you develop patience. So okay, regarding this COVID, so during this COVID happened, we actually have a lot of challenges. Like, we have to isolate it, we have to stay home 3 months. So like me, when this MCO 1.0 happens, we have to stay home. The hotel has to close down, and like me, I was actually worrying, am I gonna lose this job, or are we gonna open back? So thankfully and thank God, we actually get to open back, and we are surviving so far till today. And when MCO 2.0 happens again, we have to lock down back. So it's very, very unpredictable these days. So many challenges, and the first challenges is this new norm when guests came to dine in, especially because we have limitation. We have like this restaurant, my restaurant in 38, it's actually the original is actually 300 capacity, but now we have to squeeze it in 150 capacity. So the limitation, the SOPs that we have to follow, like for example, you have to sit apart 1 meter, as you all know, and like those, how to say, we have to have limited time of sitting in a table, but we didn't tell guests. Like we ensure guests knows that we priority guest safety first, especially elderly kids. So we make sure guests understand when they dine in, we actually care for them, and they also we're actually aware of it. So as a management team, I actually ensure all the staff to follow the SOP given. We give training every day. We wear full PPE equipment, especially gloves and then masks. We actually brief them about the chemicals that we use. Example, like we actually collaborate with Labs. It's a sanitizing company. So every time when we do turnovers or the restaurant actually close, we finish our operation, we actually will do all those sanitization happens. Like for example, when the turnover tables, we have to wipe. We have to actually how to say this SOP that we have to follow. First, when the guests leave, we actually have to spray all the tables. Like wipe them off, and then we sanitize. We give away tissues, sanitized tissues, and after that, how to say this? I'm actually really quite nervous talking about this, so I'm trying to calm down. Like this starts a new norm, gives us a lot of challenges. Like we have to stay 1 meter apart. We like us to ensure this. Sorry, my mic is not working. Everyone can hear me, right?
We can hear you. Can hear you.
Hold on. Okay. Okay?
We can hear you.
Okay. Just to continue about the thoughts. First, the thought of the new norm for a customer who's going to dine in is very difficult because I'm working at the like the high-end profile. Like you guys actually know all about the restaurant, where actually this restaurant is very famous, where it's near KLCC Tower. We have the best view among all the restaurants. So it's very difficult to control because all these guests has really high demand, and we try our best to actually fulfill all guest requests actually, because all guests came here. The first thing is of course for the view, and second it's the high expectation on our quality of the food. But so far I'm actually able to to experience it very well. We take it all very well positively. So but some guests quite a bit picky, but it's still manageable, and we actually always remember that we care for guests. So that's how to say, we care for guests, and we actually do our best to actually overcome everything, especially during this COVID pandemic, because everyone was very how to say, concerned about their health being, their eating, their their cleanliness of the restaurant. We actually try to keep everything tip-top, but so far we are still learning every day, because this is what F&B Industry did. We learn every day, we survive every day, we evolve every day, and we actually, how to say, we are very quite lucky, especially to hoteliers that have jobs. About my experience having this job, I'm actually got an offer in only the Saru last time, but when this MCO started, I couldn't go there because of the economic changes. The hotel industry faced changes, so I turned down the offer, and actually I stay in Grand Hyatt just to actually ensure that I got a job to actually survive during this pandemic. But so far, this MCO 2.0 is changing. Vaccines are given, so we are actually less worried. So we are still worried, but less worry as in like more job opportunities open back like usual, like when we first started hotel industry, and then we actually have how to say this, we I don't know actually how to explain this during this pandemic issue, because different hotel, different challenges. Like mine, we actually how to say, we doesn't let go of staff. Most of my hotels, they resign because they found a better job during this pandemic, and that actually curious to us, right? They actually found like Grab, Food Pandas or Lala Move. They are much more earning than us, but that is actually true, because like in Hyatt, like us, we actually been cut down 50%, no, like 40% of our salary. But so far, when our hotel is actually started like collaborating with Mars Airline, when you see the very famous Go Grand Away, one the flights that you can actually enjoy sitting in a flight chairs and enjoying the food, like you can imagine that you are traveling while enjoying our food. And we also collaborate with one of the events, which actually we call it Hideout. Hideout High Tea is actually made for kids. So every 6 months, this Hideout actually change their theme. Our last year theme is Halloween. It's Halloween, so this is actually for family event mostly, because it's a kids event. So this is actually how we survive. We collaborate with Mars Airline, we collaborate with Cruise Company or Lala Move Company, so we can actually survive this industry. And like right now, 38, we are actually having promotions, like because in 38 so far when I work there, there's no promotion. They are very traditional. They keep their standards. They have this, when we, let's say, dine in an Italian restaurant, how like us, it's actually expensive. Correct? Am I correct? But right now, like we actually collaborate with credit cards company, promotion company, so a lot of discounts. You can actually see Lazada. We just opened Lazada. You can actually search Grand Hyatt, like they are giving 30% discount on every like buffets, our famous afternoon tea. You can actually try to check it out, and maybe I will actually share it in the chat, or maybe you can actually search in our official website. You can actually book a table and actually see the promotions given there. But and then, how to say this, and for the hopes of this industry, I hope to actually evolve to survive more, because we will never know this COVID when it ends. Actually, I hope for more innovation in this industry, as food industry changes every day. As I say, new consumers, new lifestyle, new trends, and even new to actually replace the waiters nowadays. Like all the waiters are actually changed to robots. You guys see, like Sakai Sushi is using robot waiters. Yeah. I actually have not much to say because this is actually my first talk show. I'm just give you a briefly, maybe Gucci, you can help me with any question you want to ask.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it was a good speech. It was a good speech. So I'll just ask you about like a few questions now, which is coming from me. But then later on, we'll ask some questions based on our comments. So comments, feel free to ask questions if you want. So okay lah, I have like one very important question lah. Let's just say we got no Lazada or whatever, what lah. If we go to your restaurant, is it possible to get a discount? If you just say like, oh, I know Miss Chong Yu Yin.
Yeah, it's possible. You can look for me actually. I'll be there. Just hit me up lah. I'll be there.
Okay.
I
Also,
arrange
like,
something
you-
special for you.
Okay, can odds. So also like you were saying like how this there were some picky customers and stuff like that. Like I think every restaurant we have those picky customers. Is there any like situation that has happened where you suspected the customer that has like, you know, like they purposely like, okay, let's just say like they like a piece of hair, you know, like people normally complain that, okay, there's a piece of hair in my food, you know, I cannot eat this and stuff like that. Have you ever like caught anybody, or was there any interesting story where people like purposely put their hair down there and stuff like that, you know, and then started complaining?
So far, no, but like purposely, no. But if like they found hair, or maybe it's like, what is it? The small insect like fruit fly. I actually encountered that before. So that, but when we found this thing, it's actually regular. We don't want this thing to happen, but it happens. So we actually have to face it somehow. We actually, like us, we have to give very high, like, handle with care with this kind of guests. We change all the food, we ask them what they want, or like, we need to turn things around because things have happened. We are trying to make both parties happy. So far about people purposely putting hair, no. I don't think so they were actually purposely. But like high-end picky customers, such as like, we actually, in the restaurant, we actually have an open area in the restaurant. So it's an open dining area where people actually came just to sit near the view to have dinners or lunch. And we have limited like 6 tables, really like 6 tables. Can you imagine 6 tables with 150 guests coming in to request that tables? You can imagine, right? Yeah. So far, we never found any people fight for the table before, but they actually have this patience just to wait for the table for 1 hour. That was like always curious to me, like, wow, this guest is just came for that view. They wait for 1 hour for that table. But so far we are okay. Like, we managed to give him that table, but is that we feel bad because you are hungry, you came here to the restaurant to eat, but end up you want that specific table. So we try to cheer everyone up, you know.
I mean, you do
So have
what
you
you
been
can,
here?
and also,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I've been, but I think like a few years back. If I'm not mistaken lah, that's why I've seen the outside. But I mean, comparing the whole place, you compare the outside part and the inside part. The inside part is bigger lah, and I think I was with I think it was a big group. I think if I'm not mistaken, but it's been a very long time since I've been there lah. Who knows? Maybe
It's long time.
once this pandemic is a bit more less, I would have come lah. With my whole team, we'll make a trip there.
But this
So,
pandemic,
yeah.
like I'm specific, like a supervisor in the restaurant, but so far this pandemic, everyone is multitasking every day. Sometimes I'll be in forest. Like last 2 months, I was in forest. This is my first time being in the forest. And then a few weeks later, I'll be sent to engineering to help out for a while. Can you imagine those multitasking? Even like because we actually lack of staff in hotel. That's why you see advertising people are actually, because the jobs are open now, so we are waiting for those eager to have jobs. We hope they actually join us. See, whoever's actually still want to have part time, you can actually call me as well. we hope that you can actually help us with this, you know.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
going on.
that brings to one of the questions that we have. Will you accept internship students currently?
Yes, of course. I did ask. Because some of my friends are still having interns. I actually asked them that is the internship still open? I mean, I asked human resource management. They say they are still open. So feel free to join us or drop me an email, resume. I can help you out.
So guys, if you want airplane seats that you can eat off, you know where to go. So my next question is, who is the most unforgettable VIP that became one of your guests in the 38 restaurant?
Me? Can you imagine it's Lewis Hamilton?
Are you serious?
I'm not serious. I'm actually serious. I met a lot of VIPs so far, a lot of VIPs, but Lewis Hamilton is always, when people ask me this question, who's the most VIP so far that I served, it's actually Lewis Hamilton during breakfast. Like, just only for him.
Oh, even Chef Reddy was talking about how he had lunch in the F1 team. I think there's a F&B. I think this F1 people really love this F&B.
Mostly because they, yeah. So.
No,
But
okay. So
actually, it's not just Lewis Hamilton. Like Mariah Carey, I think last year's, right? Mariah Carey came, but I didn't serve her. She just came to the restaurant just to take a picture of the view. That's all. That's the second guest VIP guest that I saw.
Okay, so other than Mariah Carey is already huge. Lewis Hamilton is already huge. Other than those two, what's the list of people who has come?
Sir?
So other than Mariah Carey and Lewis Hamilton, who else has came? Like anybody interesting? Any maybe Malaysian artist or something like that?
Malaysian artist, yes. Maybe Elizabeth Tan or all those comedians like Nabil Razak, right? I'm not so sure. I'm not familiar with their names, but their faces are actually well known, you know. Because when there's an artist came in, it's not just me. Like people are, this artist came in. All my colleagues are, like we are actually competing who's going to serve this. Something like that. But so far, Lewis Hamilton has been my top #1 serving guest.
Okay. I mean that's very interesting. Like you have excitement. Hopefully, when the pandemic goes over, definitely there's gonna be way more celebrities that is coming lah.
Hopefully, when the border opens back.
Yeah. So now let's move on to our Q&A session. So we have few questions from our comment section, and we'll ask that we'll give them to you lah. So you just we'll just tell you. So the first question is, due to the pandemic right now, is it compulsory for the Grand Hyatt staff to get COVID-19 vaccination?
Okay, it's actually Malaysian law. They actually you guys read the news that they actually priority frontliners, but for Grand Hyatt, it's not compulsory yet. But we do our duties, like we register in My Sejahtera and we're actually waiting turns to get vaccinated. In my restaurant, like half of them are actually vaccinated, except me. I haven't been vaccinated. I'm still waiting for the turn actually, but so far it's not compulsory yet, as I know.
Okay. Then we have the next question. Will your cost increase during this pandemic as SOP will heavy the burden?
Will your cost increase? Alright, thank you for the question. You mean the cost of the restaurant, like run the restaurant? So far the costs haven't increased. It's still the same, but it's just we add on many ideas these days. We still use the same cost, but same ideas. Like I told you, like the Go Grand, They had actually co-brand. Okay, like for the cost, so far we, how to say, it's not add much, but it's still the same. We doesn't have any increasing cost, but except losers of cost for hotel industry, but high costs we still remain the same so far.
Okay, fair enough. But the prices of, like, let's just say in your menu, did it increase? Did it decrease? Or like how did you adapt based on COVID-19, the pandemic?
For the menu, it doesn't increase, it goes down. It's cheaper than last time. Like if you get
Okay.
a tomahawk steak, example, tomahawk steak, if you go to a steakhouse, you will actually imagine the steak will cost you 600 or 700 just to get this 900-gram steak. But if you came to us, you only got like 450. It's half price now. That's how we actually encourage guests these days.
Okay.
It's actually quite
Yeah.
surprising that the cost changed as well.
Well, adapt to the situation, right? Really got no choice but to adapt.
Yeah, because the product, the price is actually based on our consumers. Consumers change now because we are being locked down. The borders haven't opened, so now 80% of the restaurant consumers are Malaysian. I used to see like Western people or maybe like outsiders actually, like they came to Grand Hyatt for those kind of price. They actually expected a high end price of meal, but now just because our consumers change, our product, like we can't get any expensive product from overseas, so we actually follow the trend. What we actually have to do these days, lifestyles.
So now moving on to the next question. How do you deal with customers who are dissatisfied with your food? Oh, this is a good one.
Now this is dissatisfied with food. Okay, this is actually very challenging because food quality number one when people actually enter the restaurant. But for one that dissatisfied the food, I always try to understand what they want first. Why? Because we have different tastes. Some people like the food, maybe we have the same food. I like the food, you like the food. We want to know why. But far, like if guests actually don't like the food, we have this like loose end where we actually ask guests what they want, what they expect from us. Like they want an outside of like the menu. Sometimes we can actually opt out from the menu that we can do, so we can actually give a good service to him or her, so he can actually be happy that we actually do our best. Not we actually upset him about the food, so we actually turns around using service part where we offer her food that is unexpected, that maybe we actually call chef to actually do communication with her, so we know that he or she knows that we actually try our best to actually make him happy, because we won't know that how to say, we can't satisfy all people requests, so we will try our best so far.
Okay. I mean that's like a bit of a different way from what I know, because I used to work in I used to be a waiter for F&B. So how we did it, we just like, okay, we'll give you a discount, or like it's on the house and stuff like that lah. If you're really dissatisfied with the what lah. I mean that's a bit of a different way of what I say.
We do on the house too. Sometimes like it's a high-end profile restaurant. Sometimes we just, if he is really unsatisfied, like really upset, those kind, even though he eats 1,000 ringgit meals or 2,000, the whole bill is under us. Free. That's the outcome. That's the last that we can do, because we're trying to make people happy. What?
I mean it hurts, but it has to be done lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next question is the current pandemic in the current pandemic, what is the current situation difficult to control?
This is actually a very good question. The current situation to control, it's the gas. What I'm talking about gas is, the new SOP that we know is that no matter what you dine in, the number one is you have to go 1 meter apart. That it's everyone knows, right? The most difficult is when a family of 10 came in, a family of 20, they request to sit one table. So that is actually a big challenge where, because my restaurant, it's very, very limited table seatings. So we actually have to make them understand that we follow SOP as what government has given. We try our best to make everyone safe, their well-being and their safety. So far this is actually the big challenge, but so far they are, in the end, they're actually understanding, because everyone is actually very, concerned of their well-being when they go out or they bring kids, elderly. Yeah, this is actually the first, the challenges that we face these days, the seatings arrangement in the restaurant. Because if you've been into my restaurant, all the tables are very limited.
Yeah, okay. Now we're going to what I believe is the last question from the comment section. How do you maintain the service and food quality with limited manpower at the moment?
To maintain the service, okay. To maintain the service, we're still doing our best. We actually, about manpower, we actually have extra help from the Malaysian airline crew. All those Malaysian airline crew has been let go. Their contract has been finished. Now they are joining us actually, working in 38 restaurant. That's a new collaboration that we're having. So manpower has been improved in the hotel. And about the food quality, so far we are still improving it every day, because about the food quality, I haven't met so many very difficult tests before, and the food quality so far we are still maintaining them. There's no people compare last time and this time, only one or two. We are still maintaining the quality that's been given, but if we actually encounter this problem, we will actually call the chef, because chefs know food better than us. We actually have to know too, but chef will actually come up with ideas on the spot to actually make the guests happy. We give new food to introduce him, or in a menu like us, every week we actually have chef special, where all those new chefs that came in, that joined us, they have this opportunity to introduce their food to the guests. So every week there's 1 or 2, 3 menus one or 2, 3 dishes are actually new into the menu. So about food quality, this is what we do every week to improve what we are doing.
Okay. That's a nice thing. That's a nice way to put it, lah. Okay, we have one more question, but it's not based on the comments. It's based on us. Do you host events in your restaurant? Maybe birthday parties or what?
If hosting events is actually not allowed in my restaurant. So far, no, it doesn't allow. We actually will hand over to the banquet team, because events, there are actually 20 people, 30 people packed, and every day we actually do a reservation with small group. So of this event, we actually hand over to the events team instead.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess that is the end of the Q&A section. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you, Miss Ying, for that amazing interaction we had. Maybe next time when I come to 38 restaurant, I'll maybe just give you a text.
Can. You can always. I'm always there actually nowadays. I work like 14 hours. I'm actually just got a day off for 3 days after so long.
Okay. I mean, yep, work hard, play hard, lah. So now you can relax a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So all right, that's all we have. So guys, are you ready for the next agenda? Comment down below if you guys are excited. Maybe give some emojis. You guys are constantly giving some emojis. So keep that momentum going. Keep that momentum going. Now it's quiz time. You have watched the mind-blowing video just now. Now let us test your knowledge in this segment. Which one is the correct logo of Domino's Pizza? Some of you say Pizza Hut is better than Domino's. Some of you say Domino's is better than Pizza Hut. So whoever says Domino's is better than Pizza Hut, you got to have this right. The answer is B. Okay, I see some few people actually got that right. Which one is the correct logo of Maggie? I think those college students will definitely know this, especially how we just eat Maggie every day. When there's no food, Maggie. The answer is B. Which country is the origin of Ferrero Rocher? Okay, I'm a huge fan of Ferrero Rocher, but I never thought where it came from. The way chocolate was just chocolate, And to me, Ferrero Rocher can go with anything. You eat it for dessert, lunch, breakfast, dinner, goes well with anything. So where do you think it got it? Where do you think this Ferrero Rocher is from? Tell me, who knew? Which country is the origin of Milo? Okay, I'm a huge fan of Milo, and I so believe that it's Malaysia because, well, I mean, you have people next to the road selling Milo and stuff like that, and then even like the logo, it just feels so Malaysian. Like sometimes when you're in school, you have this Milo truck account, and then everybody just take one. So I believe it's Malaysia. Some of us, pick two lah. Who knew it was from Australia? I would have thought it was from Malaysia. Okay. Which country is the origin of Mr. Potato? Okay. I think it's Malaysia. But then again, I thought Milo was from Malaysia also, so I can't really trust myself. And I think I'm going to go with Australia. What do you guys think? Some people saying B, some people saying A. I think it will be B. Well, looks like I can't even trust myself. I don't even know whether I trust myself because it seems to get wrong. Yeah, next question. Which country is the origin of Maggie? So for all of you who every time see the eat Maggie, you guys should know where the origin is. I honestly thought it was from Malaysia. But, well, okay. So I'm gonna choose, I think it's Singapore. We have some people saying B, some people saying A. Let's see what's the answer. And the answer is Switzerland. Who knew? Okay. These questions are now more towards which one do you think is better? Okay. I want everybody at the chat to have a debate now. Which one do you prefer? Whether pineapples are on pizza or pineapples are not on pizza? Because I mean, I hate when pineapples on pizza. I feel like it does not go well with each other. So let's see lah, like which one do you prefer? Let's have a debate. Let's have a small debate in the comment section and see why you think pineapple should be in pizza or should not be in pizza. Because I think it shouldn't be. It's just the flavor. It's just not there. Like you eat suddenly out of nowhere, like some flavor just sparks out of nowhere. It feels like it doesn't belong there. Some say pineapple is tasty. Some want to. Okay, no, we are not fighting here. Okay, but there's no profanity. It's just why do you think it should be on pizza or why do you think it should not be on pizza? Some of us are actually fighting in there. It's soft and juicy. Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's edit that. It's the best flavor ever. Let's move on to the next question. Do you prefer fried rice with mixed vegetables? Call me a carnivore lah, okay? Because I'm like 3/4 of my food needs to be meat. Only 1/4 of it needs to be vegetable. So what do you guys think? Should you eat like this mixed vegetables meant to be in fried rice or not? I have so many people. Looks like I have my carnivore gangs lah. All of them are more towards meat. Yep. No. See, I think we all should agree. Vegetables, maybe a bit less on and more meat maybe. Let's ask Uncle Roger. That's a good one. Move on, next question. Who else dip their fries in ice cream? Okay, I think this goes more towards the McDonald's fans, the ones who buy the sundae ice cream and then buy the fries together and just eat it like that. Because I don't think it works with any other ice cream. It just works with McDonald's ice cream. I don't know what flavor, that depends on you. But for me, I prefer the ones where the chocolate sundae and then you put the fries inside. Oh my god. Ooh, best thing ever. Tastes like heaven. And people are saying no, people are saying yes. What is this? Whoever has never tried this before, you guys should give it a try. It's like the same thing like for those of you who had tried bak kut teh with char kway, like it felt like somebody did a mistake, but that mistake became the best thing ever. Like somebody accidentally dropped a char kway in the soup and then it became the best thing ever. The same thing, somebody accidentally dropped a fry in the ice cream and it became the best thing ever. Okay, next. I think we all know what kind of fans we have. All of these are the carnivores. We all are in the same gang. Do you like cilantro? I'm not really a fan of vegetables, so cilantro is also a no. Yes, some of you are saying yes. No. There comes my nose. No. Okay. So it's about 50-50 lah, okay? So that's the end of the quiz. Comment down how many did you get correct out of that first 6, okay? How many did you get correct out of 6? Maybe who knows, somebody might get a prize if you got all correct. Now let's move on next one. Have you ever wondered who was the committee members who did this whole event, who did the quiz especially? Do you really want to know? Are you sure you want them to reveal themselves? Okay. Let's see the masterminds behind these tricky questions. Can we have a drum roll? And here they are, the faces of the committees. We have the commenter Also the princess, who is the one giving orders, or should I say the advisor of this event, Madam Nick and Miss Nisha. The event tycos and assistant Melvin Tan and Jingru. Sounds like a gang. Better not play with them. Then they have the secretary, or shall I say the diva of the group, Phoebe Ng. In this stream, we also have the Along, who is Jivanisha. They even have the hacker, and some say he worked with Terminator to destroy the world, or shall I say the IT man, Waylon. And the dangerous one, the dealer and the supplier, Firdaus and Lakshman. I don't know what they deal, I don't know what they supply, but I'm not gonna get anything involved in any of that. Last but not least, me, the chatterbox, also known as Gucci. It seems like our event has come to an end. I hope you guys had an amazing time with us. Please help us to improve our future event by scanning the QR code and filling up our feedback form. We really would appreciate that. Thank you so much to the principal of Sagi College, Mr. Kelvin, for being our officiator, Chef Rennie, and Miss Ying for willing to spend your time and share with us your experience. And thank you to all the participants for joining and staying with us till the end. Hope to meet you all again. If you want to be like us, come and join Segi College Subang Jaya, a 6-star college for 10 years. The best in you made possible. Do like and subscribe our YouTube and FB page to get more updates. Eternal happiness, stay positive, stay away from COVID-19. Have a good day, everyone, and thank you. Also, if you want to follow my Instagram, it's down there. As you can see, it's below there.